Hey fishing fans, it's me, Tony G. And in today's video, we're going to be slow-rolling spinnerbaits. My partner Robert and I were fishing a local lake here, and we were using spinnerbaits, catching bass off of the deeper structure. And I wanted to go into a little more detail rather than just have a video of me casting a few times, then winding in a fish, holding it out in front of the camera and saying, and here's another nice one, putting it back. We're going to go into a little more depth and explain a little more detail as to what slow rolling is. Slow rolling, basically, is casting out your spinnerbait, letting it sink down, and winding it in much slower than you would think you should. You're going to slow it down and then slow it down a little more. Now, when you cast it out, let it sink, slowly wind it in. You want your spinnerbait coming in contact with all the structure in the bottom. You want it to bump. Your blades just barely be turning, and your spinnerbait body is going to be bumping off the bottom as it comes across the structure, and then the bass come up and grab it. You're going to bump that low. So you're going to cast it out, wind it in, and it's going to bump off the structure. You want it to bounce onto that structure, drag it across it as it's coming through. That old bass come up and grab it. So you cast your spinnerbait out, let it sink down, and just barely wind it in. Now you got to know your gear ratio on your reel. So faster gear ratio, you got to slow down even more. Slower gear ratio, you can crank a little faster. Okay, so fans, Robert's got one on a spinnerbait, and a nice one. He was doing some serious jumping earlier while the camera was booting.
There he is, fish fans.
That is a nice one. Wow. Got him on that new
River to Sea
spinnerbait.
Look at that. Nice one there. There he is, fish fans. Nice little chunk. Look at that belly.
I know.
It's been eating good.
Yep.
He's going to get a breakfast meal there.
And there he goes.
There he goes, fish fans. We'll go catch another one.
Yeah, we're off to catch another one. That was the first one this morning. So things are going pretty good. Awesome. Got him slow rolling it?
Yeah, just kind of at a slow pace.
Yep, slow rolling spinnerbaits.
Here we go. Got one on, fish fans. He's a fighter.
He is. This one's going for the bottom. Spinnerbaits seem to be the ticket today.
Yeah, they're hitting the spinnerbaits all right. Look at that. He's just bending that rod, trying to. Swimming around. Come on. Here it comes. Look at him.
The reason he's taking so long to bring in is look at the size of him. It's like you caught a...
See how he's going for the bottom, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get out of the...
He's trying to go back to the depths where he was at.
Want to wear out.
Yep.
Look at him now. He's just swimming down.
Pulling hard. We're using heavier line though, fish fan. I think we're using what on there, 12?
Yeah, I believe it's 12.
Yeah. 12's like our staple for the West. Oh yeah, you had him hooked perfect.
There he is, guys. Had to let him wear out a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yep. Perfect.
Wasn't going anywhere.
No.
Ready at dinner again. You know, nice little chunky bass.
Yep. In a tournament, we'd be happy as heck to see him.
Yeah. Definitely. Clamp it down on my finger. Look at that.
Yep, they do that. Whoop.
There he goes.
We're fishing the secondary bite this morning, and slow rolling spinnerbait seems to be the technique. I've been throwing a jig, and I threw a lipless crankbait a little bit. I also threw a square bill, and spinnerbait seems to be the ticket. So we're going to go back to dragging that spinnerbait, and we'll turn this camera back on when we get more of that exciting fishing action. Hey, fish fans, I got one on my live target bluegill. Got him double hooked now. Yeah, there's a dink compared to the spinnerbait bass we've been catching. Here, you want to hold the camera for me, please? We'll let him go. He's down here fighting still, fish fans. We'll have a little bit of line. There we go. Boom. And we're going to bring him up in the boat here. Here he comes.
Right on.
Yeah. I finally got bit. Oh, well, he's almost free.
He's almost free.
Yeah. Let's see if I can get him in the boat. He's going to come off. No, I got him hooked pretty good with that last hook.
There he is. There he is. Right on.
Yeah, that first hook, that was the original hook I had him with right there.
Yeah.
You know, tail hook on my live target bluegill. Yeah, he's just a sugar booger compared to them big ones we were getting on spinner.
There he is.
But he's a little taller on the water column. I got him about mid-depth. We went slow rolling them spinnerbaits across the bottom through the structure. And throwing a crankbait. We're going to put him on back though. There he goes. He's going to grow up and be an even bigger fish. All right, fish fans, we'll turn this camera back on when we get more of that exciting action right after this break. But first, here's a word from our sponsor. The anatomy of a spinnerbait makes a difference. Some spinnerbaits are much more suited for slow rolling than others. And knowing your spinnerbaits and how they apply to that condition that you're fishing with at any given time is extremely important and comes with experience and practice on the water. But we're going to give you a few hints right here. What I have here is a double willow leaf, 1/8 ounce spinnerbait. This one here, the lighter weight makes it a little bit easier to slow roll because it won't sink to the bottom as quick. But the double willow leaf is for fast, weedy water. An ideal spinnerbait for slow rolling is one like this right here. We've got double Colorado blades. Colorado blades are much wider. They have a lot more thump, a lot more vibration, but they tend to have a lot more water resistance. So as they're coming through the water, they help hold that spinner up. And you can slow roll it across the bottom. These Colorado blades will send out more vibration, make the lure, they spin a lot easier. You don't have to move the lure as fast to keep them spinning. So Colorado blades, double, large singles like this one here. Now this is kind of an experiment lure I've been working with. What we have here is a number 5 plastic Colorado blade. And you can slow roll this really well also. Just barely crank it in, it'll come along, bounce right along here. Just like that there, you come in contact with that structure, you'll bass grab it. So, that's an excellent choice for slow rolling. Another one that works out really well for slow rolling is your much larger willow leaf blades. They still have the big bait fish profile, but yet they got a little more water resistance because they're so much larger. So you got your little little willow leaf blades, that's much larger. The larger ones give you much more water resistance. You can slow that bait down. I got a single willow leaf on this, gold. This one here is an excellent one for slow rolling. So once again, on slow rolling spinnerbaits, works excellent when the fish are down deep. They're not wanting to travel very far out of the strike zone. Another anatomy part of the spinnerbait that you're going to look into for slow rolling, a lot of fishermen overlook, is the skirt. What we have here is 2 different skirts. Now this one here is much thinner, has a lot less rubber legs in it than this one here. This one here causes a lot more water resistance, a lot more vibration in the water, but it also slows the lure sink down and the fall rate. This one here, you can move a lot slower and still keep it up off the bottom than this one. This one here, you got to move faster, and it sinks a lot faster because it's so much thinner. So that's something to look into. When you get ready to slow roll, you set up your baits, and this is going to be my slow rolling spinnerbait. Okay, you pick out the color you want, you get a thicker skirt, you get your Colorado glades, and you've got yourself an awesome spinnerbait set up for slow rolling. Slow rolling spinnerbaits. Cast them out, let them sink down, wind them in slow, and then slow down just a little bit more. It's hard to fish that slow. But you got to discipline yourself. Slow down. Good luck out there fishing, fish fans. We'll see you on the water. All right, fish fans, Robert has got a monster on his spinnerbait. It bit right here at the boat.
Right under this.
Right here at the dock. And this is a big one, he said. Oh yeah, it's no slouch. Well, spinnerbaits seem to be where all the big ones are biting today. There he is.
There he is, guys.
That is a beauty.
Nice, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that chunky belly.
Oh yeah. Had him hooked perfect.
You know, I'm gonna have you take a picture.
Okay. All right, fish fans, we're going to set this camera down. I'm going to take some still photographs of this one, and then we'll fire the camera back up for the release. All right. And got him.
Here we go. I'm gonna release this big guy.
Yeah, he's stout. Back to the depths. Not a real big one, but it's a nice one. In a tournament, I'd be happy to see him. Many a tournament.
There he is.
Nice sugar booger.
Smallest one of the day. But you know, in a tournament, it would count. So.
That's right.
Nice coloring on them too.
Oh yeah, they're beautiful
They're
fish.
come up.
Yep.
Gonna be ready for that springtime spawn before too long.
Yep.